Mr. Paulo Szot, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Paul.
Welcome back to Broadway.com.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
How's life on Broadway? You're in another big hit.
Who would know? This year has been just incredible. I just left and Juliet in January.
Yeah.
And then I went to see other things in around the world, and I'm back to Broadway now with this incredible musical called Hadestown, playing Hades.
I mean, yeah, you're the star. You're the star, the leading character. It's your town. Hadestown is a massive show. I mean, I loved this show when I first saw it. I could have never imagined it would become what it's become. I mean, it's like many people's favorite show. Incredible actors have come into it. They've done a beautiful job casting it. What is it like living in that beautiful world over at the Walter Kerr?
Well, it doesn't seem real because, I remember when I saw it the first time, and I was absolutely in love with the music, first of all. I thought it was so unique and so different from everything that we've seen on Broadway, that I've seen on Broadway. But it absolutely was, I never thought at that moment that I would be stepping into that stage one day, But it's here, and years later, you never know what the destiny brings you. And it's a great, great pleasure to be doing that, to be singing these songs, and to be playing these wonderful characters,
It is so good for your voice. I mean, it is such a great role for your voice. Your voice is incredible. I mean, we all fell in love with your voice, when you stepped on stage in South Pacific. Broadway did. I think the opera world already knew it. What is it like singing this music? This music is just stirring. I mean,
it's very challenging, absolutely, because all the references are from Patrick. So Patrick is a super bass, and he created the role. So
Page,
and just from listening to I never seen him live on this role, unfortunately. I guess I was working all the time. I couldn't come, but from the recordings, it sounded absolutely not on my range, because it sounded like I'm not a super bass.
Yeah.
All I can do is a bass baritone sounding. So they send me the music.
Yeah.
I look at all the notes, and I realize that Patrick sang some of these great notes on his own octaves down. So I said, I cannot do that, but I can do what's written on the book. And they said, it's okay. So I'm singing it as it is written in the book, with my voice and trying to do the best I can.
Yeah, you're doing a beautiful job. You're building the wall beautifully.
Thank you.
This character, you've played a lot of strong characters, right? I mean, you sort of have an innate strength to you. But Hades is kind of a interesting guy. He's a broken guy, right? He's a quiet strength. He sort of spends a lot of the shows are observing, and his moments are very impactful because of how it's sort of framed. Do you like getting into the head of this guy?
Absolutely, yes. And but I think the main challenge was to find not exactly the figure of a king itself, because that he is. Yeah. I think what interests me is to find his humanity, how he communicates, and to understand what's missing there. Because something is missing in that relationship with Persephone at that point in their life. So to rescue and to understand what was the reason why these things happened throughout the years and centuries, who knows? And we see them at this point in their relationship, which is absolutely broken. That was the main challenge for me, to understand and to really dig into that, and with the help of with the text, which is brilliant. The language of the whole music is so rich and intense, and gives you and leads you everywhere. So I really try to study every scene and to know where he's coming from, where he is in the moment, and where he is going. I think the costumes and the rest makes the king itself. So I didn't focus on that itself. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to find other colors and to bring to life. I wanted people to understand what's going on in this relationship, which is the main focus of this musical. If you're talking about Hades and Persephone,
people love stories, right? I mean, it's such a romantic show.
It is.
I mean, it really is, and I think you've done a lot of romantic things too. But it just works on another level.
Yeah, if you think about another romantic that I started with, South Pacific. This Frenchman in love with this girl, and it's absolutely different because if you think about it, it's more of a mature thing. We see what people go through with their marriages. They are married for 20, 25 years, 30 years, 40 years. And we see this couple life. So it's a projection, in a way, of what young love is, represented by Orpheus and Persephone. And we see the other couple, much, much older, going through stuff. And going through a beautiful arc at the end. So it's very rewarding and difficult to go through that because that's real life.
Yeah.
That's for real. It happens to everyone who is in a long relationship. We see each other there in some few moments of what's going on stage. And it's interesting to bring whatever your life is to that. I think that's the key. And that's why they succeeded so much in Hadestown, with different casting, different people bringing their own experience, because it's a musical about life, really.
Yeah, and young lovers. Hello, young lovers.
Yes.
You know, I think I met you on April 3rd, 2008. You know what that day was, right?
Yes.
Opening night of South Pacific. I think we were both in our 30s then, and now we are not. What do you remember about that guy? That guy I interviewed on the red carpet that night.
I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I didn't know that universe at all. You know, it was my first musical. All I remember is that I really wanted to do a good job, because, you know, these people, they trusted me with that role. That was that revival that was, everybody was waiting for so many decades to happen. And after many meetings and callbacks, they chose me to do that. And by that time, I didn't have the dimension. I didn't know, you know, how much that represented. And maybe it was good in a way. But still, I just remember like praying on that first preview that please, God, let me know if this is a good place for me right away, otherwise I'm gonna suffer through the whole thing. And the response of the audience on the first one was so great and so warm. So I was like, okay, I can go from here.
Yes, it was a wild debut, because it was literally like, who's this guy? And can he do it? And then the minute you opened your mouth, and I mean, it was just incredible. And it was such a whirlwind. People don't realize, you know, when they look back, that then literally it was like 2 months from that point, you were standing at the Tony Awards, winning a Tony Award. It's so fast, right?
It was incredible. I've heard of the Tony before, of course. But I didn't know about the other awards that were happening before.
Right, the pre-awards.
The pre-awards, and that was absolutely crazy for me, because we still have to run 8 shows a week, and then go to ceremonies, go to luncheons, and to meet everyone in interviews. And it was absolutely another world. And I remember not thinking too much about it, even about the Tonys when it happened, and when I met Liza, and that magical day happened in my life, because we only had 1 day to rest, and then another week. Coming back to Vivian Beaumont and Lincoln Center Theater to present. And now, but different, because now people are going to see a Tony Award winning performance, which weighs so much on your shoulders. So there's 2 sides of everything.
Yeah. And you know, you went off and you did obviously a lot of opera premieres. You've continued to sing opera, but in the last year, you've really been focused on theater. I mean, obviously you had a great run in & Juliet, which is a big hit. Beautiful work, and we got to see totally silly side to you, which was so much fun. But just in the last year, I mean, you did Here We Are, right? The Sondheim show in London. You did Evita at the Muni, which I really wish I saw. And now you're in Hadestown, and it feels like we're getting so much of you. I love it. Is this a real commitment and a focus for you?
I'm so excited that I can do these things, you know, because, you know, since South Pacific, I thought, oh my God, this is another world that is opening to me. And when I finished the show in 2010, I went back to the opera world, because, you know, I was ready there, and that was my life. South Pacific was the exception. So to know and to come back and to have the invitation to come back to Broadway and to do these other shows that you mentioned, and to the West End too, it's just a blessing, because I am completely in love, first of all, with musicals, with the community, with New York. So to be in one place and to go home and not to a strange apartment that you rent for a short period of time, it's just a blessing. And the combination of all, as you said, here we are in London and with some incredible artists like Jane Krakowski and Jesse, Talia Ferguson. And it's just to work with these people and to learn, from them how to do things. It's just so rewarding and it's priceless.
Do you, with age comes confidence, right? I mean, and in a career, you have a very long career. Does it not? Tell me. Do you feel more?
I don't know. In a way, yes. I think you're more calm about failure than when you're young.
Yeah, sure.
And you accept the moments that they're not gonna work, and it's okay. I think that's what comes with age. I'm not sure about confidence. I think confidence comes, in my case, from rehearsing and knowing that I've rehearsed that over and over and over, even before the show, going through all the lines. That helps me a lot. But
preparation.
Yes, but I feel after years, I feel that it's okay to not have the best show of your life every night.
Are you realizing now maybe all of the theater work that's available to you? I mean, it's incredible to go from show to show to show like that. And I don't know if maybe when you first got here, you kind of knew that this was going to be your place.
No, I didn't know. I had no idea. But I knew that I liked it very, very much. And I was praying that it was going to be a place for me at some point, to return.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned, this year has been a blessing, really, really, really. And I have to thank, many people, my agents and everyone involved that are trusting, and I try not to disappoint every day I'm on. So I think I love this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I do it with love every night. Of course, we all get tired. It's 8 shows a week.
Sure.
But there's no other place that I'd rather be. I'd rather not be home watching TV or doing something else than to be on a stage doing something. Yeah. That's where I'm most happy, and I just hope I would be able to do it as long as I can.
When you think about sort of Broadway and what Broadway's brought to your career that maybe was unexpected because you were on such a clear opera path, what do you think Broadway brought you that opera wouldn't have?
I think because we do need to know all these characters so much. You do need to dig into the psychological aspects of everyone in order to understand and express those emotions. I learned so many things about myself that maybe opera would not give me because of the format of it, because how it works, because it treats the communication as an instrument. The psychological aspects are secondary in that. Everything's in the voice. You have to be a perfect instrument, and that's beautiful too. But the theater brought me that dimension, the knowledge of myself, in order to understand what's going on with other people that I play that are not me.
That's really interesting. So like you're a totally different person maybe than you would have been, or you just sort of took a different path to get to who you are.
Yeah, I think it gave me that some kind of maturity in that sense, just to see what people go through in roles that are a mirror of real life, really.
Do you have other like Broadway dream roles? Do you have other things you think about?
I don't know, Paul. I don't know. Let me try, and then I'll. I don't know. I really don't. I don't dream about these things. I want to do this. I want to do that. I just accept what's coming my way, and try to do the best that I can.
Yeah. You're doing a good job of it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.